Hi, good morning. Welcome to First United Methodist Church of Dallas. My name is Reverend Anna Bundy Hagler, and we are live from FirstChurch this morning. Some of you are watching this live right now on Facebook or YouTube or our website, and we're so grateful that you are logging on. If you are on YouTube or Facebook, there's a chat. Talk to us. Monica and I have it up right here. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about you. We'd love to hear that you're even watching with us. So please do. If you're watching this later, thanks so much for taking a few minutes out of your day to catch up on what's going on here, you know? So let's get into it. Hi. Some people should recognize you by now.
Hopefully. Yes, I started 2 months ago. Next Sunday will be 2 months.
Yeah, okay. This is Monica Frazier, if you're confused. That's okay if you are. I'm not here to confuse you. I'm here to clear that up. Will you remind us of your title?
Sure. I am Associate Pastor of Congregational Care and Adult Ministries, which is a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, I was about to say real easy.
Yeah.
Small.
Rolls right off the tongue. Yeah.
Plates are really small here. You have no responsibilities.
Totally. One hat.
So how have your first almost 2 months been?
It's been really amazing. I have just jumped right in and gotten coffee and lunches with so many church members, which I love.
I know.
So,
are you even in your office?
Hardly ever.
That's a good place to be,
Which is great, actually. That's kind of how I like to roll. So if you haven't yet reached out to me for coffee or lunch, my calendar's open. So y'all let me know, drop a chat or send me a text anytime. I'd love to just connect. And I'm just trying to hear everybody's First Church story, right? What brought you here and what do you love about this place and where do you think its growing edges are? And I'm just trying to get my arms around, what makes this place tick. So it's been really fun to get to do that. So
I love that for you. That's so good. There's nothing better. I mean, really, there's nothing better than meeting with our members and getting to know who's with us and who worships with us and who we have so many stories of so many different varieties from people who grew up here because their great grandparents grew up here.
Absolutely.
And people who are coming here in their 20s, either recently or, a few decades ago. We have such a wide variety of stories. That's really special.
Right. It's really amazing. Yeah. I have served in other sort of multi-generational churches, and I think that's just really been so beautiful to see here that I'm meeting people that grew up here, and now they're leading committees and helping cast vision for the next generations. And so it's just really fun to be a part of. And I have loved just getting to dive in. Y'all have an amazing team of folks already in the areas that I serve. And so getting to support folks who are already doing this work, it's just been really great. I'm excited.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, and a little birdie told me, which means everybody told me because I'm over communications, that you're preaching next week.
I am. I'm very excited to be in the pulpit next week. We are going to do a little taste of Paul and kind of leaning into its Labor Day. And so whether you're on the road or not, you can, if you're not in the room, you can certainly catch it online and join us or watch it afterwards.
Man,
and
I didn't even pay her to say that. She just did.
No, she didn't.
I love that for me.
Yes, absolutely. Please go back and watch the sermon online.
Yes.
I'm going to lean into this idea of Labor Day and the work that we do and how it is shared work, that we're harvesting fruit that previous generations have planted seeds for us to have. And now it's up to us to plant seeds for the next generation to be able to harvest. Yeah. But it's really all our shared work. And so how we're each kind of a link in that chain and how God brings growth out of the work that we do.
We're like co-laborers.
We are co-laborers indeed with one another and with God.
Amazing.
So that's the vibe.
Also, I just would like to say, as a sometimes preacher myself, for you to have that much this early, I'm impressed.
I know.
What a gift.
I know. Well, it helps when Mitchell asked me, I think back before I even started this role, hey, what are you doing Labor Day weekend? You want to preach then? So I've known for a really long time. Nice. And so it's just been sort of ruminating. And then I had to get in the room and I always sort of say, if I'm not given a title or a topic or part of a series and I have to come up with my own thing, which is not awesome, then, for me, it's about listening. What does God need me to say to the room right now? And usually I'm just talking to myself and I let y'all listen in. So that's what that'll be next week.
That's great. Well, I'm very excited. I also don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I mean, I'm very excited about your week, but we've got
a
today.
Sunday. Yeah. Let's talk about this week.
Let's talk about this week. So over the past 4 weeks, we have been talking about what Mitchell calls the 4 core functions of our proposed mission statement. We already went through belonging and purpose and justice. All of these videos, if you're watching this, they live on YouTube. So like you can go back on YouTube and go under the Live from First Church playlist and hear all the things we've had to say about all of those core functions. Yeah. So today we're focused on joy.
Love that.
What a small thing. What do you have to say about joy?
It's funny because I think for me, joy is deeper than happiness, right? We can have moments of joy even when we're in difficult seasons. And I'm actually, I had this out of the library before he pitched these sermon topics, but I'm reading Inciting Joy by Ross Gay, which is a series of essays. Ooh. And I love that he talks about inciting joy kind of in 2 ways. I have no idea where Mitchell's going to go today, but this is where my brain is on joy today, is the idea that inciting joy, what brings you joy, what causes you joy, but also what does joy incite? How does joy lead you to action? Yes. And I think that's a piece of this, right? That our mission statement is about creating space for joy, and there's action in that. Yeah. I think similarly, especially when it comes to talking about like joy as like a state of being rather than like finding it. Yeah. It's kind of like if we're like intentional about how God is working in our lives, we will see God at work. Absolutely. But if we're not intentional about it, it's real easy to miss or think that we're not doing that kind of thing. And so like for me, I have to ask myself all the time, like, where am I finding joy? Like, where did I experience joy today? Who is bringing me joy? What is bringing me joy? We keep saying the word joy. And first of all, my first question for you is, do you think Mitchell will wear a yellow stole referencing the inside out color of joy? Right. I asked him a couple of weeks ago, so are you going to wear your blue sadness stole on your Joy Sunday? That sounds about right. I did. I asked him. He said, oh, wait, I don't know. What color is joy? And I said, yellow. He said, huh. So I don't know. I don't know that I have a yellow stole. I mean, yellow does not look good on everybody. No. And it's not really a liturgical color, but actually, if we're being, we'll have to revisit that. Yeah. Ew. Like just a yellow stole, No. My other question for you is, who is bringing you joy right now? Well, certainly, so we have 2 pugs. Their names are Regina and Alice, and they are our whole world. And my wife, Lolly, obviously. Obviously. Lolly, shout out. She makes the cut. Yep, absolutely. So they are definitely bringing me joy. And then just being in this place with all of y'all has been such a joyful time for me, just a new season of life. It's been great. Yeah. I was thinking about it, too, and Kyler makes the list for me. And then also our dogs, Jax and Juno, who are wild. They're a little bit bigger than your dogs. If you have pugs, our dogs are maybe 6 times the size of your pugs. But then our young adults group is starting back up tonight. We meet on Sundays at 5 p.m. We're going to start meeting at Union Coffee. And I love that. Just that group of young people bring me so much joy. Yeah. They're amazing. Yeah. Okay, well then kind of switching the question, what is bringing you joy? Right now, what's bringing me joy is getting back into routine. Y'all, I am a creature of habit. And so just getting back into routine has been such a joyful thing for me. We're back on our morning walks before it gets too hot and making our lunches and just all the things that we do to just kind of have homeostasis. And we are very good at taking a day off and having Sabbath. And so getting back in that rhythm has been really bringing me joy. We really are like creatures of habit. Mine, I'm looking forward to Kyler and I getting a really good routine in the fall. And so like I'm really excited about that. And like I'm reading a lot of books right now about how to habit stack. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, are you human right now? You know what I mean? So that's bringing me a lot of joy right now. That and I'm really just leaning into like being basic, and I had a pumpkin spice latte the day it came out. And I have no shame about it. Right. Yeah. No, nor should you. Yeah. Do you? Thank you. Well, one way we experience joy is through belonging and purpose. Yeah. And absolutely. There's a little thing going on right now called First Serve. Yes. It's happening in the atrium, but also if you're online, you can go to our website. If you go to firstchurchdallas.org, there's a little serve button in the top header,
and you can click on that and find opportunities. Can you tell me a little bit about First Serve?
Sure. First Serve is sort of like what we did 2 weeks ago with First Belong and how we had tables out for all the different learning opportunities. This is all different ways that people can serve. So children's and youth ministry, the media team, certainly, congregational care and adult ministries and the choir and music and arts and all the different things that we do as a church. And maybe you haven't found your way to plug in, or you're kind of ready for something new and you've been doing one kind of thing for a while and you're ready for a new opportunity. This is a great time to step in. You know, when we get the kids back into school, it's a great opportunity to just try something new. And we have a commitment that we want to ask all people to commit to serving 1 hour a month. And so this is the perfect way to find out how to do that.
So easy.
Yeah.
You know, I was on the dais last week because I was helping lead worship, and I joked that everybody should join the media team. And I slept on it, and I don't know that it's a joke.
No.
I think we have photographers. We have lovely folks here behind us making live stream run. Yeah. We have people in the sanctuary on cameras. I mean, like, you should join the media team.
It's a pretty fun team.
Now.
It's a very fun team, I got to say. Y'all are a pretty great room to be in.
But, you know, when I do think deeper about it, it is a joke that everybody should join the media team because, like, the way that this place runs is if we all share our gifts and graces in places that we can plug in.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, and so if you feel a call to the media team, I will not turn you away. We will find you a place, and, like, you could serve in congregational care. Can you be a little specific about what folks could do in congregational care?
Yeah, we have a lot of different ways people can serve in congregational care. We have folks who commit to being on our prayer team, so they commit to 1 day a month that they pray for the needs on our prayer list. In addition to that, we have people who write cards to those who may be recovering from surgery or just had a new baby, all those kinds of things. So if you like to write notes and stick them in the mail, there's a place for you to do that. We also have a whole group of folks that knit or crochet,
I love that.
Prayer shawls, baby blankets, caps for those going through chemo, twiddle muffs, which I didn't know was a thing until I came here.
Also, what a word.
What a word. Twiddle muffs. If you don't know, twiddle muffs are for people with dementia and Alzheimer's. They found it's really helpful to kind of like have a muff where there's like things inside that you can kind of play with. And so they've started creating those too. In addition, in congregational care, we have our visiting ministry. So we match someone or a couple of people with someone who isn't able to come here to church anymore. And you commit to visiting that person once a month until they pass. And so there's that touch point to the church where you're bringing the love of God in person to someone once a month. So.
Well, that's so lovely. I hope that you'll be inspired to either fill out your online form or fill out a printed form here at the church and find a place to connect to for at least an hour a month. We can all do it.
Yeah. And we have some occasional things, you know. Dorian always needs someone to help her pick up a van. That's like a that's like a once a quarter, once a year kind of thing. So there's lots of things.
There are lots
Even
of
if
things.
you don't want to be around a lot of people, that's a great thing to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, First Serve is only one of like very many things we have calendared right now. So I'm going to kind of speed through this because I need y'all to hear it and I need you to know it. But also, we got to get going. Yeah. So first of all, the Pastor's Bible Study is back.
Yay.
We meet on Wednesdays at noon. Bring your Bible and your lunch. And the upcoming preacher will study the upcoming Sunday's text. So mostly it is Mitchell. Yeah. It's a great chance to learn from Mitchell, to be taught by Mitchell, but also the rest of us kind of take a turn. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. So we meet Wednesdays at noon in Crossroads here at the church. Secondly, First Steps is happening on September 8th after worship. If you are someone who is like, what is my next step to membership? How do I get more plugged in? I understand all of those things, but like, I need a spot where I meet new people and we're all on the same journey. Yeah. First Steps is for you. We will have lunch for you after worship. The third thing is that we are studying Breathing Underwater, which is a book by Richard Rohr, focusing on the 12 steps and faith and how we can use the 12 steps to understand our faith. So good. That will be led on Monday nights for about 8 weeks here at the church. That'll be a wonderful time to be together. Then we have the Enneagram and Grief, which is going to be led by the Enneagram godmother, Suzanne Stabile, who is just a fountain of knowledge. If you come to this, we really need you to have done some Enneagram work. You need to know your number, and you kind of need to know an understanding of the Enneagram so that you can focus on the wisdom of what the Enneagram has to offer us as it guides us through grief. And that's on September 19th. And then finally, we have a premarital class coming up for folks who are about to get married or thinking about getting married or who have maybe been married in their first year. That will start on September 22nd. It'll be led by 2 pastors from here and actually a licensed therapist.
Right. And
so
I'm going to help out
lovely.
with that.
Yeah. All of these things and more can be found on our website. You can very easily go to firstchurchdallas.org/fall, and you'll see a whole list and the registration links for all of those things.
Perfect.